Welcome to AI ConvoCast, where we bring you the latest in AI and tech innovation. Quick housekeeping. Check out the affiliate links in our description. Using them supports the show, and please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Let's jump right in. Today, we will be discussing the AI industry's shift toward proving real business value in 2026, OpenAI's decision to retire voice mode from its Mac app, and how holiday usage spikes revealed both the demand for and limitations of coding agents. As we step into 2026, there is a notable change in how the AI industry is being evaluated. Analysts are reporting that AI leaders are moving away from focusing purely on model performance and are now zeroing in on measurable business value. The conversation has shifted from how impressive the technology is to how much money it can actually generate for enterprises. Dan Primack from Axios summed it up pretty directly when he said, quote, 2026 is when AI has to pay for itself, end quote. This sentiment reflects what many in the industry have been feeling throughout the latter part of 2025. The hype phase is transitioning into what some are calling a commercialization inflection year. Semi-autonomous agents have been generating a lot of excitement, but the reality is they remain limited by reliability and trust issues. Enterprises are cautious about deploying systems that might produce inconsistent results or require constant human oversight. That said, software development has emerged as the clearest productivity win so far. Coding assistants and development tools have demonstrated tangible time savings and efficiency gains that businesses can actually measure. The emphasis now is on integrating agents with deterministic systems, meaning pairing AI capabilities with more predictable rule-based processes to create solutions that businesses can depend on. This is a healthy evolution because it signals that the industry is maturing and getting serious about delivering on its promises. In product news from OpenAI, the company announced it will be retiring voice mode from its ChatGPT Mac app, effective January 15, 2026. The announcement was made on December 26th, and it is important to note that voice features will remain available on the web and mobile platforms. This is not OpenAI abandoning voice functionality altogether, but rather streamlining where that functionality lives. According to the app update notes, OpenAI stated, quote, "We are building a more unified and improved voice experience," end quote. No other features on the Mac app are being affected by this change. For users who rely heavily on voice interactions on their desktop, this means transitioning to the web interface or using mobile devices for those capabilities. The consolidation suggests OpenAI is working toward a more consistent voice experience across all platforms rather than maintaining separate implementations that might evolve differently over time. The holiday period between Christmas and New Year's revealed some interesting dynamics around agent adoption and infrastructure limitations. Both OpenAI and Anthropic temporarily doubled usage limits for their premium users during this window. OpenAI increased limits for Codex users, while Anthropic did the same for Claude Pro and Max tier subscribers. Thibaut Sotiot from OpenAI noted, quote, "We have reset and lifted rate limits to 2 times until January 1st, end quote. This generous holiday gift served a dual purpose. It rewarded loyal users during a time when many developers had extra time to experiment with projects, and it also functioned as a stress test for capacity. The fact that both companies felt the need to explicitly manage and communicate about usage limits highlights the ongoing compute and scaling constraints that these platforms face. The demand for coding agents during this period was substantial. Developers took advantage of the lifted limits to push these tools harder than usual, working on side projects and exploring capabilities they might not have time for during regular work weeks. This revealed both the enthusiasm for these tools and the reality that infrastructure still needs to catch up with demand. The temporary nature of these increased limits underscores that running these agents at scale remains expensive and resource-intensive. Looking at these developments together, 2026 is shaping up to be a year focused on practical implementation and sustainable growth. The pressure to demonstrate return on investment will likely drive more targeted applications of AI rather than broad experimental deployments. Companies will be looking for specific use cases where AI provides clear, measurable benefits. Meanwhile, platform consolidation, like what we are seeing with OpenAI's voice features, suggests these companies are thinking carefully about user experience and long-term product architecture rather than rushing to add features everywhere simultaneously. The infrastructure challenges exposed by holiday usage patterns indicate that scaling remains a work in progress, but the willingness of companies to test their limits and share that capacity with users shows confidence in their ability to grow these systems over time. Thank you for listening to AI Convo Cast. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Thanks and hope to see you again next time.